Hi and welcome to my video. It shows me that you have at least some interest in learning more about the eXp platform. So let's get right into it. My name is Klaus Sinn, that's Sinn with two N's, just to clarify that. I'm in real estate for over 25 years here in South Florida. I, as you can hear, I was born and raised in Germany. My accents give that away. And I moved to Florida in 1993 together with my wife Rose and my two kids, David and Stefan. Got my real estate license in 1996, got my broker's license in 1997. And from there on, I bought a franchise. That didn't work out very well. So I got rid of it. I opened independently and I stayed like that until 2018. I did very well as a realtor. I love being a realtor much more than being a broker. So in 2015, I got my first phone call from eXp. There've been a lot of other recruiting calls, obviously. When you are productive, you get recruiting calls. So the eXp call wasn't really nothing special to me. I didn't even know who eXp was. I didn't care. What should they offer me what I don't already have, and why should I pay them, right? So my gate was closed, as my friend Gove says, and I didn't want to listen about it. I didn't want to spend any time on it. Well, it was a big mistake. I should have, and it took me 3 more years until 2018, when I finally realized that some of the very good productive agents moved over to eXp. One of my friends, I referred a deal to him. He had a brokerage in Fort Myers and a very good brokerage. Of the sudden, he has an eXp logo on. Then Adam Bailey, Adam Bailey sold over 1,000 homes with his team, and he of the sudden moved to eXp. And then my coaches, Jay Kinto and Michael Reese, moved to eXp. And they had a brokerage in Texas. I couldn't understand. They sold tons of real estate. So I went ahead. I had to know more about it. I wanted to know what's going on. What do they have to offer that I don't know about it? So at this point, I didn't get a phone call. I just went online. I looked up eXp and I watched a video, almost like the one you watched today. And so I went ahead, I watched the video, then I got a called a guy who was with the company already a few years, and I had a conversation with his partner, who was a C21 office owner before, and he was with eXp already for 3 years. And after getting the whole rundown, um, it was an easy decision. I went over and I joined eXp. I took all my agents. I had 8 agents at that time. I took them with me, and I didn't want. It wasn't my intention to join eXp. I always thought, let's see what they have to offer. Maybe I can use something in my business. But it was a total no-brainer. So the question is, what made me move? Well, let's start with money. Money, I see money like an investment. If I invest something, I want to know what my rate of return is. How much of my money do I get back? And that's the same with when I join a brokerage. I wanted to know, if I have to give this brokerage $10,000, what do I get back? If I give him 20,000, what do I get back? If I would have to give him 50,000, it really doesn't matter. What do I get back? Do I get back more than what I give, or is it less? It's very simple. If it's less or equal, then why do it, right? I wanted to get a better return on my investment and what I put in, right? It's very simple. So with eXp, the cost structure, or actually should say the commission structure, is very simple, and it's the same for every single agent. You start out with an 80-20 split every single year on your anniversary date. Then you cap at $16,000. In my case, that's about $2.8 million in sales. I'll make that sometimes in 1 month. And the rest of the year, well, it's simple. You're at 100%. You get all the commission. eXp does not charge a transaction fee before you cap. Nothing. The only other fees you have is at closing. You pay a $45 E&O insurance fee and a $25 file review fee. So that's another $70, and that's the end of it. And the E&O insurance ends after $500. It caps at $500. So that is your cost. There's an $85 a month fee, which was involved. That pays for KV Core, lead generation website, for the CRM, for SkySlope, which is a transaction management website, it pays for the whole marketing platform because all the marketing is online. It's super easy to handle. So, and you get all the training. More. It's right now. I think it's more than 60 hours a week. In addition, you get a membership at Reaches and Places, which allows you to go in offices all over the world to conduct your business. You don't have to pay anything for it. That is pretty cool. So that's what I get back. But it gets even better. After I cap, if I add 20 more deals that year, and that could be sales, it could be rentals, it could be referrals, it doesn't matter. Every time a commission check comes in, that's called a transaction. If I add 20 more of those, then I become an icon agent. And as an icon agent, I'll do some cultural requirements, which are really fun with other agents, and I get my entire $16,000 cap back. They pay back to me. I get it back in form of company stock. So now what that means is simple. That means I paid nothing. I'm 100% for the entire year because I got all my money back what I paid in. Pretty cool, right? Now, obviously, it's not it's not enough for me to say, hey, yeah, I joined eXp because I'm already on my own. I'm already not paying anything, right? It's like if you are at 100% company, like you with one of them, they only charge you a transaction fee a month, or every time you close. Well, then that's not that big an advantage in cost wise. The training and everything, that's another story, but you wouldn't know until you have joined. What is really a big deal is what comes next. So, number one, stocks. I told you you get the money back, the cap in form of stocks. eXp Realty is owned by eXp World Holdings. eXp World Holdings is traded on the Nasdaq under the symbol EXPI. And you can Google that. There's no reason for me to go into. Every agent who joins eXp automatically becomes a shareholder the moment you are having your first closing. So then you get $200 in shares. eXp awards you those. And every year on your first closing, again, you get an award of another $200 in eXp stock. So when you cap each year, you also get another $400 in stock. Now, the big money comes when you become an icon agent. That means you cap and you sell 20 more transactions. There's actually another step to that. If you're a luxury agent, then instead of the 20 transactions, if you make 500,000 GCI, it also counts. Then you get your $16,000 back in stock. So if you add it together, you're already getting more than you paid for. It's insane. Now, there's one more thing. That's if you attract an agent to the company, let's say you decide, hey, that's for me, I join, and your friend Mike says, hey, I come with you too. Now Mike becomes your level one agent, and again, as soon as he has his first closing, you get another $400 in stock awards. It's pretty cool, right? It's like an account that funds itself because you have nothing to do for it. It's just money that comes in. And I really, the stocks sounded awesome to me, but it was not really a deciding factor. It was not that strong that I said, okay, that pushes me over. I want to be part of the eXp. But it was pretty cool to know that you have an account that is increasing, increasing, increasing. It's like a retirement account, and you have nothing to do for it. You get it, and it just comes over from the company. You don't pay for it, right? But there's one more step. They offer, it's called an eXp equity share program. In the eXp equity share program, that is optional to all agents. You can sign up if you want or you don't. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be when you join. You can do that whenever you want. But it's really a no-brainer. So what it means is eXp allows you to buy eXp stocks every time you have a closing, and you get 10% discount on it. Well, think about that. Where can you buy a publicly traded stock with a 10% discount? And you don't have to hold it. You can resell it if you want. Doesn't matter. I don't know where you can do that. I have just no idea. But eXp allows you to do that. The only caveat is they only allow you to buy 5% of worth of your commission because obviously they cannot give the company away. However, that's a pretty good incentive, and I joined that program, and it's just incredible. I had no idea how lucrative and impactful stocks would be on my life. I think it changed literally my life. But that's for another video. Anyway, so as I said, it was not really at that time the deciding factor. The deciding factor was number three, revenue share. What's revenue share? Well, usually when an agent changes brokerages, many times they take with them another agent or two or three, even if it's down the road and not immediately. What do you get when you bring another agent to your brokerage? Well, maybe Starbucks, a Starbucks certificate, maybe a diner certificate, a bottle of champagne, maybe $200 or 300, but that's it. Nothing else. Or black, or poker, you know. Um, the broker, however, makes money over and over and over every time those agents close a deal. Well, it doesn't seem to be fair to me. The eXp revenue share program changes all that because eXp believes in that agents attract agents, and therefore eXp doesn't really do any recruiting. They have no recruiters, they have no recruiting offices. Everything is done through agents. And if you would decide today that you join eXp, then I hope you would name me as your sponsor. If you don't, you need to name a sponsor. And if you don't, then they assign you an agent as a sponsor. And that means every time you have a closing, that sponsor gets a check on the 21st of the next month. Now, if you decide, hey, my friend Mike wants to come to eXp too, then you get a check every time Mike has a closing. And I get a check as well because Mike is now my level 2 agent. And that goes down to level 7. So if Mike attracts an agent, I get paid on that one as well. It's pretty cool system. And it's cool because this my revenue share does not come out of that agent's commission. It comes out of the company's share. So the agent has no disadvantage whatsoever. They only have a benefit. So you can build a pretty big attraction organization if you like to. You don't have to, it's optional. But even if it's only a few agents, let me ask you this. You get a check every month on the 21st. Well, actually, it's a direct deposit now. But what would it mean to you if your broker pays your mortgage payment every month? Or if your broker pays your car payment? Or maybe both forever, every month? I'm just saying, think about that. Would you rather have your broker keep that money, which comes out of your commission, or would you love to get it back in your pocket, right? Well, for me, that's a no-brainer. As I said, it's return of my investment. So as of this recording today, it's my third anniversary just happened. I have agents I am in Florida. Obviously, I have agents here. I have agents in North Carolina. I have agents in Texas. I have agents in New York. And I even have agents in Germany. And they go down right now to level 5. And I can't even control those. You can only control 1 and 2. But what happens after 2, it just happens automatically. It grows like wheat, and so does the income. The income increases every time an agent is added. You lose control, and you don't really need control because you have nothing to do with it as far as transaction goes. They do transactions, you don't even know about it. You're not involved, you don't have liability, you don't have administrative duties with it, no responsibilities. All you do is you get paid every month. Well, that's pretty cool, don't you think so? For me, that was my deciding factor. And I can tell you a little story, real quick. What happened was in 2020, I woke up one morning and I couldn't see anything. It was dark black. So I had to go to the doctor. My wife drove me. Surgery was needed. 1, 2, 3, 4 surgeries. 4 months I couldn't see. I didn't even know if I will ever see again, but I do now. And but for 4 months I couldn't work. I couldn't read. I couldn't go on the computer. I couldn't trade any stocks. I couldn't do nothing. That means 4 months no income. And when you come back to work as a realtor, it doesn't mean you have income today. Took another 2 months before I got my first check again. So that was a tough time. Then it got even worse. In 2021, September 17, I'm on vacation in Germany, had an accident, surgery, wheelchair, couldn't work for 3 months. So in 2 years, I literally lost almost a year of income. Now let me ask you, what would that do to your finances? Could you survive? would you need to ask family for help? Well, I can tell you these payments every month on the 21st for my agents helped me tremendously. I think it wasn't enough than what I made if I would have sold real estate, but it was certainly enough to make my basic payments. And I can say thank you. In addition to that, my eXp health insurance, eXp has a health insurance, they paid for all my medical expenses, including my surgery overseas. But now I'm getting ahead of myself. Anything, now you know the three reasons why I joined eXp, and I'm more pleased today than I was in 2018 because it's just unbelievable. And if anything I said to you sparks your interest a little bit more, then I can only encourage you go ahead, watch the remaining videos on my website, and see what others have to say. They explain every segment of that, like revenue share, stocks, health insurance. Every segment is explained in detail. Watch that, and then you can make an educational decision if this platform works for you or if it does not. I think no harm, no foul, right? And I hope I see you on the other side. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Have a great day.